the bus over and there was someone reading a book on the bus. You're allowed to. But what was odd about it was because before they turned each page, they lit their finger and pulled down on the page, so it get traction on the page. But this confused me because I cut out the middleman, go straight tongue to page. You should see me in Waterstones, absolutely leafing through the latest Richard Osman novel. My tongue's going so fast, I'm getting paper cuts on my tongue. There's blood, saliva going everywhere. The store assistants, they're running over to me. They're saying, "Sir, please, can you stop? Please, can you put the book down?" "No, it's in my mouth." Eventually, though, I am forced to stop as the lacerations on my tongue become so bad it looks like an inverted mango. With blisters like bubble wrap. I've got a housemate. He started waking up at 4 a.m. and having cold showers in what he's calling the CEO lifestyle, which is a routine promoted by successful business people around the world who hate lions and fun. But unfortunately, the CEO lifestyle doesn't promote being kind and considerate to your fellow housemates, because as a result, I've started being woken up at 4 a.m. by someone loudly meal prepping. But to get my own back, I've started misremembering his name and shitting myself. In something I'm calling the OAP lifestyle. God. That Banksy, eh? What will he do next? My big dream is we wake up and the top headline is, "Banksy's done a Banksy on the moon." What? On the moon? How'd he get there? Experts suspect spaceship. I suspect, probably right. It's my dream to have NASA having a video zooming in on some black and white lunar graffiti of something really deep and profound, like the Pope blessing a baby holding a handgun. Banksy, you mad bastard, you've done it again. Naturally, billionaires will see this as an opportunity to buy a Banksy and therefore own the moon. Oh, there's a sticky bit. And therefore own the moon. And then just as the gavel comes down and the final bid is submitted, in classic Banksy fashion, the moon will explode. Killing us all instantly. That's how I want to die. Banksy blows up the moon. I've got one of these flirtatious driving instructors. He keeps whispering sweet nothings to me when it's just us two alone in the car. Sweet nothings like, "Could you speed up a little bit? For me? Could you pull over at the next available opportunity? For me? At the roundabout, could you take the second exit? For me? Christ, Gary, so the gear stuck at your cock." He's got one of those car alarms that says, "Caution, this vehicle is reversing." Except for whatever reason, whenever I'm in the car, the only sound it seems to make is... I don't like driving, though. My ideal method of transport would be to be sedated with ketamine in a horse box. Yes, please. Fill it with hay and take me on the motorway. God. What is Banksy up to? I reckon he'll face paint in the sun. I got a message on the flat WhatsApp. It said, "Whoever is leaving bits of food in the plug hole, please can you stop? I'm fed up of picking food out of it." And I think this was directed at me for two reasons. The first is I quite like it. I quite like touching the turgid spaghetti and the slimy mushrooms in the sort of oily soup of lunches past. And the second reason is there's only two of us in the flat. It was a direct message, it couldn't have been to anyone else. To be fair to my housemate, though, I should probably stop eating spag bol in the bath. was having my breakfast the other day, and out of the window I saw a magpie, and it was eating a piece of toast. And I thought to myself, wow, back to TikTok. I do think social media is ruining our attention span, though. For example, it now takes me 125 TikToks for me to boil my pasta perfectly. And I can squeeze in an extra 375 as I drive to work. Our phones are always listening to us, though, trying to suggest us things we might like. For example, my Instagram algorithm has started recommending me a lot of motivational quotes and funny cat videos, because the algorithm's cottoned on, if it doesn't, I'll kill myself. You've got to be alive to scroll. But not happy enough to stop. I saw this magpie, though. I was having a piece of toast. It was so excited. It's probably never had toast before. Or this magpie friend's having worms out of the ground. This was having toast out of the toaster. I made eye contact with it. Two beings with the whole day ahead of them, fueled by Warburtons. And then my housemate walked in and the bird flew away. I said, "Did you see the magpie? He had a piece of toast." And he said, "Fred, what the fuck have I told you about eating in the bath?" Aliens, land on Earth. Someone's got to show them around. I reckon I'd do an okay job. I'd take them on a road trip of all the landmarks and things we think they're responsible for. I'd get them in the car, I'd put their seatbelts on, I'd put one hand on the gear cock and I'd just moan down the motorway. One eye on the road, one eye on a TikTok, and just how does Banksy do it? We'd drive past Stonehenge, I'd be like, "Look, do you see those rocks? We think you did that. We couldn't do that." That alien technology of rocks. We'd drive past Mark Zuckerberg. I'd be like, "He's got to be one of yours. The lad's not right. We don't like him anymore. You can have him back." But out of all the technology we have on Earth, the one I think most likely to be alien is probably skinny jeans. Because fundamentally I understand how you would make Stonehenge, but I think aliens would look really good in skinny jeans. I was at a cafe and they handed me a laminated menu, and this was an issue because I could barely get off page one. No. My tongue was deflecting this way and that. I saw someone in the corner having a panic attack trying to go. They couldn't get anything right. The guy came over, he said, "What do you want? Jack potato, I think." Anyway, thank you. I've been Fred Carver.